the memories of yesterday can never be changed, but they give me a reason to live again. There is a reason I am here today, but there is no reason you lost your lives. You were called abusive names, deprived of rights to be humans, slayed because of who you were born. I am lighting a candle as the sign of resilience. I'm paying a tribute. You left a legacy, and I'm a fruit from the love you sowed. Let's say never again, never again to genocide. There should be no war, there should be no genocide. Anyway, let's say never again, never again to genocide. Let's say never again, never again to genocide. I was young, I still needed you, but you were taken away from me too soon. If I had one wish, it would be seeing you again. Today we're strong men and women, even though you are not here to see. We're carrying on to make you feel proud out there, watching down at us. I am lighting a candle as the sign of resilience. I'm paying a tribute. You left a legacy, and I'm a fruit from the love you sowed. Let's say never again, never again to genocide. There should be no war, there should be no genocide. Anyway, let's say never again, never again to genocide. Let's say never again, never again to genocide. I am a witness that if you and I come together as one, we can make sure genocide never happens again. History should be told and passed on to further generations. Let's all stand up and all sing out, never again to genocide. Let's say never again, never again to genocide. There should be no war, there should be no genocide. Anyway, let's say never again, never again to genocide. Let's say never again, never again to genocide. We are here as one nation. We say never, never again. We unite as human race. We say never, never again, never again, never again to genocide. Never again, never again, never again, never again to genocide. Never again, never again, never again. We
Fellow Ambazonians, greetings to every one of you, and welcome to the program, The Awareness, here on Ambazonian State Radio and Television. Today, Monday, 6th of October, in the year of our Lord 2025. We're in the last 3 months of the year, and we are getting to the end of the year 2025, which has been full of many activities in the Amazonian Revolution. Our program today is so packed full, just a lot of information to pass out. So if you are out there watching us now, why not share that link on your Facebook or your YouTube? And then also, if you are watching us in the home front and you are watching us on your television, why not just call your next door neighbor and let them know the Amazonian State Radio and Television program Awareness is on the air now. It's a loaded program. I have a full panel, a full studio today, and we're going to be talking a lot of things that has happened in the past week and up to today. Before we get into that very awesome program, let me give you my monologue, which will be very brief today. And I'm talking on what I captioned, without vision, the people perish. Without vision, the people perish. Vision here is not just talking the ability to dream or to write down a goal. It means divine revelation and direction and protection from God for you to achieve what that vision is. What is vision? Vision is what you see in your mind's eye that you want to achieve that has not yet been realized. The Bible makes us to understand in Proverbs 29:18, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Where there is no vision, the people perish, and he that keepeth the law, happy is such a one. Dearly beloved, we are in a revolution that need visionaries. Visionaries. But before I even talk about revolution, let me talk about the sham elections coming up in La Republic of Cameroon and all that have flooded Ambazonia in this past weekend, talking about elections without giving the people any vision for what they want to achieve. Fellow Ambazonians, as we have made it clear in the past weeks, there shall be no elections in the nation of Ambazonia because the Federal Republic of Ambazonia has not organized any elections. But for those of you who want to go out and vote at your own risk, well, the question I want to ask you is, what is it that moves you to go out to vote for these people? Did anybody tell you what they can do or what they will do for you? Everybody is only talking about what they will do for themselves. How, if they get that position, they'll make money for themselves, they'll make their life better and all of that. What is the vision for the people of Ambazonia? None of those candidates have told you anything about what they want to do in Ambazonia, because it has all been failed promises. I'm in my early 50s now, and I started hearing these same failed promises when I was born to when I became reasonable to understand something. Up till now, they have not done one thing that they promised they will do. You will hear as we get into the program today from some of the audios and videos that we are seeing from some of the very old and big patriots of Ambazonia. So my beloved, vision is important for nation building. Even as we are in this revolution, we need leaders with vision. Not vision in making a good speech, but vision in knocking doors of those that matter. Vision is a dream that you have, But to make that vision come true, you must be aggressive to do the right thing that will bring the vision come to pass. When there is no vision, the people perish. It's not about when you do not write something down. It's not about when you do not make a good speech. You can make a good speech, you can write something down, but if you don't know the technical know-how, who to go talk to, which door to knock, what connections to make, that vision, you will die with it. And that is why it is sad that for over 9 years that we are in this revolution, we have literally not seen any materialization of any vision from none of the leaders that are out there. Everyone has come and gone. The people are still suffering the same way as they started. We hear nice speeches, but we don't see no follow-up for those speeches. You can make a nice speech as nice as you want, but if you don't wake up from your room and go out there and knock those doors, the nice speech is not going to give you that vision to be realized. That is the situation and the dilemma in which the people of Ambazonia are in. But we give glory to God that the Friends of Ambazonia, in their very first year, let me not even call first year, it's not up to 1 year now, in their 7 months of existence, because Friends of Ambazonia came into existence early January, or let me say what? Early February. So, give and take, in their 10 months or 8 months of existence, the people of Ambazonia can see what the Friends of Ambazonia have been able to do to push the revolution forward. And so, fellow Ambazonians, I'm not here to blow our trumpet on what we are achieving and what we are not achieving, but to call your spirit to ask reasonable questions as to what is it that any so-called government have achieved in their 8 years in power, in their 9 years in power, in their 6 years in power, in their 5 years, in their 2 years, and whatever number of years they have been in existence. What have you achieved? What can you show? It's not about to make a good speech. What can you show to the Ambazonian people as something that you have achieved in this number of years that you have been in leadership? Is what we are talking about here. Fellow Ambazonians, like I told you, I was not going to keep you long, but I want to awaken the spirits of Ambazonian. Don't be just a follower that cannot ask questions. Don't just be a follower that cannot ask reasonable, pertinent questions. It is not a sin to ask pertinent questions from your father. It is not a sin to ask pertinent questions from your mother. Neither can it be a sin to ask pertinent questions from your president, if you have one, about what is the vision for the nation. Where are we going to? Ambazonians, these are the things that will make this revolution move forward or die. But you know what? Even when they plan to kill it, God will always bring a remnant of people that will stand to see that this revolution is prosecuted to the end and we see a free Ambazonia. God bless you. Thanks for listening. At this time, I'm going to request our technicians to bring into the studio all our panelists as we get into the program of today, which is highly loaded, and I believe that you will not be disappointed. God bless you and stay tuned. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to always have you, Colonel Paul. And while we wait for the rest to join us, I'm just going to go ahead to allow you to greet the people. We are so pressed with time today. There's just a lot in our package that I don't even know if we're going to be able to exhaust everything. But welcome to the show, Colonel Paul.
Thank you very much, Pastor Victor. Thank you, fellow Ambazonians. Greetings to you all. Special tribute and a 21 gun salute to our brave and legendary warriors back home for the wonderful work they are doing. I mean, wonderful, wonderful work. And for our resilient parents, brothers and sisters, children back home, I want to salute you and to tell you where there is life, there is hope, and there is a mighty one because there is abundant life. There is the will of the people, which is the spirit of Ambazonia. I just want to use this opportunity to inform you that my 2 pages, Paul Nilong and Nilong Po Remix, is having some small trouble. So please, we'll just have to wait for a while before I'll be able to start posting again. So we have plenty to talk. It has been an eventful week. I want to also thank and appreciate our technicians for always being there for us. Thank you very much, Dr. Ade, Chairman Amos, and Chief Oben. Thank you, Pastor Victor. I think we have much to talk today.
Indeed, thank you, Congress Paul. It's always a pleasure having you in the studio. And again, thank you for the awesome program of yesterday. And your very, very, very timely video this morning. I listened to that while doing my jogging, and it was very inspirational to me. And I think we're going to be looking at some of those things as we get into the program today. While we wait for the rest of the panelists to come in, we are going to just, in fact, let me use the opportunity to appreciate all Ambazonians, fellow Ambazonians, especially all of you in the home front, from our fathers and mothers to my brothers and sisters, elderly brothers, elderly sisters, to my junior brothers and sisters, to our great or the great freedom fighters of Ambazonia. We want to say a big congratulations to you all. You make the world know that you are in control of your territory. You have spoken again. Like we echoed last week, let me echo it again. That the first 2 weeks of you shutting down the nation of Ambazonia during the United Nations General Assembly meeting, you prove to the world that La Republica lie whatever they want to lie, they are not in control of Ambazonia. And we could see that the first time in 9 years of this war, this sense law, that La Republic representative at the United Nations totally ignored the issue of mentioning Ambazonia. Why? Because what will he lie and say? If you people are not shut down the next 2 weeks, and for this continuation that is going on now, they could have come there to lie that things are going right, they're in control of everything, and so on and so on. But when you shut down the nation, they knew that indeed. And Governor Paul, I laugh at the so-called French Cameroon people and some of the gullible Ambazonians who are still paying homage to one man they call Paul Biya. How can you think that there is a person in that personality when every nation was sending their president to the United Nations? He left in the midst of the United Nations sitting and went to Switzerland. My God. And then again, this is a president that won an election or that is running for an election, even though many people argue the fact that nobody ever heard him make an announcement by himself that he was going to run for any election. So it's not even know whether it is him or is it a ghost or is just Ngongo doing it on his behalf. How can you leave 2 weeks to your elections in your own country? You travel to Switzerland and you are not yet back. And the elections are next week. Is that a real president? I beg, let's get into the real program. Dorothy, you are welcome to the show today. Kongapo, I wanted to say something around that before I welcome Dorothy.
Pastor Victor, that's not important. You know, there is nothing to talk about those people
Right.
Because whatever is happening in their country today is just a charade. It's just what
Indeed.
it's just like I don't know, it's just a charade, because at the end of the day he will win the election. So their politics does not
Yes.
interest me a lot, because
Well,
at the
we've
end of
come
the
to
day,
that
Maurice
much.
Kamto, Neil John did better in 1992. Maurice Kamto did better 7 years ago, and all of them never succeeded. So this one is just joking. Nothing has changed. They are
That's
just
it.
wasting their time.
All right. Thank you, Colonel Paul Madroti. You're welcome to the program today. You can greet the people of Amazonas so that we can dive into our program as we have planned it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Victor. Good to see you again, Comrade Paul.
Thank you, man.
Fellow
It's a pleasure to
Amazonians,
be with you.
it's always a pleasure, as I say, to come on air on Mondays in particular, just to have a conversation with you. This Monday, I'm still very excited. Still, I've not yet recovered from the excitement of the performance of 1st of October. Now you can see clearly that you guys, you hold the joker. La Republique went on a United Nations floor and could not say anything because there was lockdown back at home. So they didn't have anything to say. They didn't have any grounds to manipulate anything. So they just kept quiet because you guys controlled the narrative on the floor at home by locking down. So this is to show to you that our independence is really in your hands. It's really in your hands. The United Nations have no choice but to grant they'll recognize our self-determination. Fellow refugees, those in the prisons, those in the diaspora, it's always a pleasure. Let us keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. As I said, circumstances are turning around to favor us, to favor our total independence. Circumstances are turning around. God is faithful. God is faithful. We'll talk some more. Thank you. Over to you, Pastor Victor.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. While we wait for Colonel to join us, if the studio is ready, we want to start our program by watching a very, very interesting video from one of a legend Amazonians. I don't know where he has been, but at least him coming out now, we wanted to say that let's examine what he said. And that's the video that I did, Professor Ngo. Let's watch that video and see exactly what he said, and we'll tell you the reason why we are really looking at this video. Studio, if you are ready with that video, you can play that first video so that we will be able to look at it.
We should not be deceived. The days of empty promises are gone. I will just make one reference. When Paul Biya was Prime Minister in 1976, he came here during the 10th anniversary of the creation of CDC. He was representing Amadou Ahidjo, and he made a promise that they will revive the Victoria Seaport. That was in 1976. We are in 2025. 1976, we're in 2025. Where is the Victoria Seaport? Imagine that. Those of us who are as old as myself, we recall how Victoria was booming. And the construction of Sonara made Victoria to become a cosmopolitan town. People were leaving Douala to come and spend weekends here. And all of this has been killed. How can you imagine that for 9 good years, one part of the country completely locked down on Mondays, completely. 9 good years. 9 good years, one part of the country locked down on Mondays. And why is it so difficult to solve the problem when the solutions are there? What you should know, that the Anglophone problem did not start in 2016.
Yes.
A couple of months before Ahmadu Ahidjo resigned, he had created a commission to look into the problem. That commission was headed by S.T. Mona, who was Speaker of the National Assembly. Paul Biya was the Prime Minister, he was a member. And the commission was given 2 weeks. Professor Madam Joma was a member. Of the 12 members, only 2 are alive. Madam Dorothy Joma and President Paul Biya. They did their work and submitted their recommendations to Ahmadu Ahidjo. Shortly thereafter, Ahmadu Ahidjo resigned. I just want people to ask yourself, why is it that Biya, who was a member of that commission, and made recommendations to Ahidjo to solve the Anglophone?
All
Pastor
right.
Victor. Pastor Victor.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me say something first. Let me tell you who this Professor Victor Julius Ngo. He's not an
Right.
Amazonian. He is a Beti Bulu man that was brought into the University of Buea to distort the history of Southern Cameroons. He is one of these people who are propagating the reunification, trying to distort the meaning of reunification. That Cameroon was one. Southern Cameroon and East Cameroon and West Cameroon were one before. It was during after the First World War, Second World War. You see, what he is saying there as a historian is not in his books. He has never written what he is saying, that this Anglophone problem started way in 1982, before Paul Biya, few months before Paul Biya took power. This particular statement is not written anywhere in his, because the Anglophone problem, the Ambazonia crisis, started way after 1961 recolonization, which he has been propagating, not recolonization, but reunification. So I always call him a green snake in a green grass. I was with him in one popular forum, and when I called him out, he exited the forum. I told him that you are not an Amazonian, you are a Beti Bulu man. You were sent to distort our history. And that is perfectly what he has been good to what what he did and what he is doing. Until now, he is coming out to confess that Paul Biya, so for the past 8 years, 9 years that we have been fighting, this man kept this particular statement to himself. He has only been struggling to defend. The day I saw this video, I mean, this video is like it's an answer to all those people who are bashing Ambazonia or activists. Hey, you people should leave us. Hey, there is not this, there is not that. Paul Biya himself was in a commission to talk about the problem. He was part of the commission. He made recommendations, and yet he cannot solve this problem. So look at that man, where he is one of the best, in quote, one of the worst in Ambazonia history. So I just wanted you to understand that point before we move forward.
No, Comrade Paul, thank you so much for that clarification. You know, I saw the name Ngo. I've been trying to figure out, do you know where it's originally from?
He's a Beti Bulu man. He's a man from Atin Central Province.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
it's not even like an Amazonian that was then colonized in the Francophone area. It's a full Beti Bulu man. Not...
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I have confronted him in the forum and I told him plain. He exited the forum.
Wow. You know, thank God for people like you on the inside. Madhurati, you heard this guy. Some of the things he said are reliably true. We don't know why now. If you look at it from Paul's perspective, he had been speaking a lie all along. What could have prompted him now to come and be telling the truth now? About, because this thing you have said here, there's no lie in it. Talk about Prime Minister Paul Biya was part of that delegation that was put together to look into the Anglophone problem, whether the Ambazonian problem or the Southern Cameroon problem. And out of the 12, is it 10-man delegation, only 2 of them are left.
Yes, the 12-man delegation. Just him and Madame Joma.
Yes. And Paul Biya. Now, that can be a resounding truth, right? What is your take on this out in Madhurati?
Thank you, Pastor Victor. This is my first time seeing him. And as Paul, Comrade Paul said, if he is the one who is writing history books, and then he's doctoring the books, saying something out there, but then it's not in the books, because that is where the books nurture young minds, is the book. Because how many youth are going to listen to him talk? But they will be reading his books. So he himself, he is questionable. And what I can say from here is that this shows the bad faith of Paul Biya compared to Amadou Ahidjo. Amadou Ahidjo had that thought to say, let us form a group to look into this problem. Biya was among them, and then when he came out, he didn't even want to hear anything. Biya is a devil, is a demon. He has no sympathy for any human being. Because if he had human feelings, this thing would not have been, because he knew it from the beginning that it was a problem that his predecessor was trying to work on it. He would have just continued to work on it. But he just crushed it, thwarted it. Who knows? Maybe it's because of his hardlining stand that they had to eliminate Ahidjo to take him, because Ahidjo was more considerate than him. Who knows? But this shows that if anybody thinks that Biya can reason with us, they're dreaming. They're dreaming. Somebody that does not even have sympathy on his own people. His own people. Look at La République. You think that with all what they extorted from us, La République should be like better. What can I say? Better than us. But no, this guy is evil. Ahidjo is a lot better than him. Over to you, Pastor Victor.
In addition, before Comrade Paul really add something to this, he said, if anybody in La République is promising any good thing, it's a sham, because how can Paul Biya promise anything to Ambazonian and listen when you cannot solve lockdown that has been going on for 9 years? That is to tell you that he himself has come to the reality that Ambazonia is gone, that they don't have no control over us. So this thing is saying now, I think they are like the last kicks of a dying horse, now coming to commend the thing that he had been fighting against, to make the world know that, hey, you know what, in spite of what you see, it's not going to work. Francophones can keep wasting their time there, because what can anybody tell you in that administration that they're going to do if that they cannot solve the 9 years old lockdown, that is every Monday. If I will come to that more when we deal with Atamanji them, when he was running his mouth in Bamenda, I will ask him this question later. Your take on God. Do you have something again to add to us on God? Thank you for that clarification, because I was saying a resounding Ambazonia. I didn't even know that it's not an Ambazonia.
Yeah, yes, Pastor Victor. See, this man, if you study history, if you cannot study history without using his book in back home. His book is he has a masterpiece, recommended every year. They always use his books at GCE advanced level. From ordinary level to advanced level, they always use books. Nearly all schools. I mean, he's a sound history professor. But it is only during this crisis, from the beginning of this crisis, that the real history of Ambazonia unmasked his agenda inside Ambazonia. It was the real history when we ourselves started digging our history. Then we started questioning him, because he came out with certain theories. He came out with certain theories about reunification, the origin. It was one and it remains one and indivisible, because he was a revered history professor. So everybody tended to listen to him and wanted to buy his rhetoric. But it is very fortunate that I'm still alive to hear that same man making this pronouncement, to tell you that Paul Biya himself had made recommendation back in 1981, before he took power. He had made recommendations. Mama Dorothy Njoma, wherever you are, you will never have peace, because you and Paul Biya, the two of you people were in the heart of that commission set up by Aijo. And I want to buy your point, Pastor Victor. No, Ma Dorothy. Maybe it is even because of this. They saw that Aijo had a soft heart to solve this problem, and maybe to go back to federation. That is why the French people told him to leave power, and they gave all type of excuses, and this man left power. Maybe it was because of this. Maybe they saw him trying to lean to the Anglophones, trying to hear their cry. And the Frenchman said, hey, if we give this man time, he will send these people back to the federal system. Maybe, it's a big maybe.
Right.
Madame Dorothy Njoma has never come out to side with his people and say, yes, there is a real Anglophone crisis. There's a real problem. Before Mr. Paul Biya took power, we were part of this commission. We made this recommendation. That woman has sat quiet till this day. And it means if Professor Victor had not come out, that woman will carry this particular event to her grave. So this is the level of wickedness that some people, after all, she benefits from the regime. After all, she has benefited. She has gained everything. Professor Victor now is coming out of frustration. Maybe after using him, they have realized he is no longer relevant, because the purpose for which they brought him inside Ambazonia was to deflate our history. They have discovered now that these people have finally known their history, so you are no longer relevant. Stay aside. And that is why, out of frustration, he is coming out. So I am recommending this particular video. Anywhere you go, they are talking about the Anglophone, and some people are saying there is, just give them this particular video. That listen to what your professor is saying. I think I rest my case there.
Thank you, Colonel Paul. We'll move on to our next item on the program today. The next item is the visit that we gave all the freedom fighters of Ambazonians, allowed Chiruma and Atanganji to go to Bamenda this past weekend, and then they went there and were running their mouth anyhow. The question I want to ask Atanganji is, where have you been for the past 2 weeks? Why didn't you go to Bamenda in the first weeks of September, or the second weeks of September, or the third weeks of September? Why did you go to Bamenda? Because the freedom fighters decided not to let the lockdown be too much on their people. They gave them this weekend to go out and buy food. Now you dare to go to Bamenda, you are running your mouth. If our studios have that that video of Atanganji, let's start with it, because when I listened to it, I said to myself, look at how somebody can cause trouble for himself. They have given you small chance to drink Gary. Bamenda, you could not go in freely because the freedom fighters decided to leave Saturday and Sunday for their people to go to the market and buy stuff. You also benefited. Where were you on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Where were you on those weekdays to enter Bamenda and make that noise? If the studio is ready, let's play that Tanganji's noise-making video so that we can comment on it. Thank you, studio.
So all those criminals should know that, well, they will face their doom. Where is all those mad people, Cross and Guy, Mad Dog, Transporter, where they are going to Lucifer's kingdom. Lucifer's taken them because that's their own house. Yes, and if you go towards that same line, you will end in Lucifer's kingdom. So, as me.
I will leave it there. We don't need the other party was talking that nonsense there. Now, Madoti, well, I don't want to talk this. Paul, I thought you commented on this already on your other show. Let me tell you, Madoti, what's your take on what Atanji? Somebody that dared to get to Bamenda on a free day. Now it's standing where are the other?
No,
Jesus.
You asked a good question. Where was he on Monday? Where was he on Tuesday? That is when we'll know that he's a man. You come on those days. You come and take advantage. First of all, you deceive the people. You call them that they should come and take food. So they came there to take food, and then now you turn it around and you're bluffing.
For a rally.
The only thing I can say, Atanganji, you're a coward. And you always talk about Lucifer. You must be in Lucifer's camp to know who are in Lucifer's camp and who are not. I remember you said that that the boys that you have, you asked them to go and cause havoc, but they did too much. Even Lucifer was angry. It sounds like you're somebody in Lucifer's camp. How do you always know that?
That's why I know what is going on there.
All I can say is that you are the evil person that La Republique is using to come and cause havoc, pain on your people. You are so evil that is why you are still with La Republique. Only somebody like you that they can send to go and bribe the Pope in the broad daylight. Only somebody like you can do that.
Right.
Because you're so evil. You are so evil. But they say 99 days for the thief and 1 day for the owner. The Bible says that we should never be envious of the righteous progressing or prospering. If you see the wicked ones prospering, let the righteous not be envious of them, because it is temporal. That is what is in the Bible. When you see the wicked people prospering, don't be envious of them. It's temporal, very temporal. Over to you, Pastor Victor.
Before you come in here, Mr. Atanganji listed the names of those he corrupted and they killed. And he thinks that he can use that to bring fear on these other fighters that we have now. They are wise. They are not going to go for your blood money, Atanganji. That's why we have cut communications with Those are people you normally used to send that were in the previous governments. You know, I don't want to be calling names here, but you know the people you were using to kill those boys. Yes, you use Ifang. You use Ifang to kill a lot of our boys. And now you are happy. But let me tell you, Atanganji, you see, the new breed of boys that have risen, they are the ones that you cannot corrupt. First of all, you don't know who they are now anymore. Now, man, La Republic is in for a real trouble. The best thing La Republic can do is to go, I don't know whether quit Ambazonia because there's no more room for negotiation to go to Switzerland, whatever. You all rubbish to go to Switzerland for negotiation. So we don't even want you put there anymore. Just pack and leave. Let me tell Atanganji that maybe that's your last day you enter Bamenda like that. Maybe that's the last day because what you have said, you have called war on yourself. You have provoked the sleeping dog that were lying low. You yourself have gone now. You took a stick and you hit the honeybee by coming now to brag how you killed the other fighters. And you think this one will going to sit and clap for you. Well, I thought you were an intelligent politician, but I see how foolish you are. How can you not be happy when you slaughtered 42 of your own younger brothers in Santa to get a position of whether secretary or whatever you are in La Republic? Who do not know that you are the one who slaughtered all the children in Santa there? Who do not know that you are the one who connive and they paid is it General Okoro to leave Santa and go wherever he is now? We know all those things, Mr. Atanganji. We know all your secrets, but don't worry. Don't worry. A time is coming where you will be at ICC, that you will be called at ICC because we know all the people that you killed, and you are going to go pay. You pay a high price for all the fighters that you have mentioned here that you killed. You are trying to brag that where are they to make the other one be afraid. Let me tell you, it is gone to record. You are boasting how you killed them, right? You can take over. I don't know. I just wanted to
Okay,
that.
well, I have something.
This speech.
Pastor, I have something to add.
Okay, add before Kungepo round up on that topic. Thank you.
Yes. If we had watched all of the video, he talked about the DDR. He said that the boys in the DDR were
are suffering.
No, he said that they are being trained for electricity. They are doing electrical work. They are trained for carpenter. How many years? Where are the graduates from DDR? That is what I want to see. He should be talking about this person just graduated from DDR. Look at what they are doing. This person is just graduated from DDR. See how they are faring. You only keep talking for how many years? They have been learning carpentry for how long? They have been learning technical work for how long? Where are the graduates? How dare you talk about DDR when you know that it is not what
He
you are
said
saying?
they were suffering DDR. I don't know which part you heard, but I heard the party said they were suffering. Please, your take on Atanganji's video.
Pastor Victor, Atanganji is like a bully who has no power, who thinks his senior brother is a bigger bully. So each time he goes and look for trouble, he turns and look at his brother that when anything happens, my brother will protect me. But one day, the people that his brother will not be able to protect him. That his brother will tell him that now it's time for everybody to give account of what he or she did. Now,
been doing.
Yeah. Saturdays and Sundays was declared as free days. And now, when you declare a free day, no matter what the enemy does on that free day, you declared it a free day. So the warriors, the Unity Warriors, they declared Saturday for revitalization. That you go out, you buy your small things, so that you prepare for the long journey for the week. So if La Republic are taking advantage on the Saturdays and Sundays, no, the boys cannot come out. It's just them using that technical advantage. Our people have to go to work, to look for something to eat, to prepare for another break. So expect that when they are coming in with their campaign, let our boys come out again and start, then you scare the people, you send them back home, of which you know that they have to prepare for the week. I heard somebody along the line somewhere was saying, yeah, we allowed them to come and make their campaign. Why did we not do this? Why did you not do that? No, the Unity Warriors will not do anything because Saturday and Sunday is a free day. So that is why that large mouth has the effrontery to come and talk rubbish. If he's talking about going to hell, why has he not mentioned the La Republique soldiers that have been going to hell too? Is it only the Amazonian fighters that have been going to hell? He would have mentioned. Of recent in Malende, I think 7 of them too went to hell. Why did he not mention those 7? He was only talking about this one, those names that he mentioned, they will be given a street when Ambazonia will be free. A street will be named after them because they fought. And man, as a coward as he is, he will be on exile. He will remain in La Republique. And I want to remind him that the man that you say your brother to will never trust you.
Yeah.
The man that you say your brother to will never trust you.
Till tomorrow.
So let Atanganji go. He has let him go. Today is Monday. Why did he not come? He have come.
Right.
Why is there no campaign this week in Bamenda? Let them enter Bamenda. Let's see.
A very shameless man.
So all of them jam pack Saturday and Sunday. They went to Bamenda, they went to Buya, they went to this, they went to that.
And
Saturday and Sunday. They are doing rush mission. They are just doing rush mission. There is no campaign in Ambazonia. I want to tell Ambazonians, you see, when CPDM are sitting, they are not CPDM members. 90%, 80% of that population are military people wearing the CPDM uniform. That is why you see most women in the CPDM, they always wear kaba. That kaba, if you look what is inside, there are men who are wearing kaba with wigs, and inside they are fully armed. They are fully armed. 10% are government workers who are threatening that if you don't attend this rally, you'll be relieved of your duty.
Right.
And then another 10% are those who are coming from Yaoundé. Those who accompany people from Yaoundé. They come from Yaoundé to come and do the campaign. And they fly them by helicopter. They come by helicopter. Immediately they finish, they carry them back to Yaoundé. So 80% of the civilian population, you will hardly identify them. Wearing that uniform, you will hardly identify. So let that coward who calls himself a Tanganji, his end is near. That's all that's just one thing I have to tell him. Mr. Tanganji, your end is near.
Tanganji, the question I want to ask you is, why did you hurry out of Bamenda Sunday night? Even just to go out, you can wait to see whether you will go down on Monday. We could have kept you in that Bamenda till next week. Why did you have to? You see, your deception is not even with babies, by babies in the womb. Even by babies in the womb know your deception. And it's not any news to Ambazonian that you were in Bamenda. You see, you are stupid secret of keep the people poor so that when campaign comes, you go and buy packs of rice. It's just that our people are just very gullible and they are hungry. Otherwise, you come with that rice, they throw on your face. We don't need your rice. After how many souls you sacrifice to the devil? In fact, Naima Dorothy said, you are really, really working with Lucifer, because every time you come, you will always talk about Lucifer. Because you know the punishment that is awaiting you at Tanganji. Your soul will rot in hell with the wickedness you have done. With the alcohol that you people are eating, on the drinking human blood, sacrificing human. You know the pain of what is waiting for you in hell. That's why you are just doing the things you are doing. But you know what? You really stupefy yourself by coming out there to boast. You could have just made a simple campaign and go quietly. But you came to boast as though you were powerful. That's why we are asking you. Election is in 2 weeks. Why don't you go to Bamenda next week to go and campaign? Or this whole week? Why did you all have to wait for this weekend that was given as a free day for our people to go buy food? What were you waiting for the past weeks? Which country do people go and campaign for 1 week before they go for election? Which country is that? Studio, thank you so much. If you can give us the other video for Chiruma, let's just deal with these people at one, because Chiruma too, Amanda, I was speaking his own thing.
Thank you very, very much. May the Lord bless us. Now we are going to sing our national anthem. This is the ballot, the very much. Thank you very, very much. May the Lord bless us. Now we are going to sing our national anthem. This is the ballot, the
My God. You know, I didn't even see this other video. I'm seeing for my first time. So, the people of Amazonia, Bamenda said, which national anthem are you talking? Because we gave you room to come and make this noise. You think you can sing national anthem? Which national anthem are we talking? Madoti, I take on that, but let me raise my voice before I come in on that.
No, the video
God.
makes me proud to be an Ambazonian. We are not stupid. We might be nice,
Indeed.
but we are not stupid. We are not stupid. They were cheering him.
Wow.
Whatever he gave them, they were cheering him. Then when it came to the real stuff that concerns identity, because the anthem that he sings identifies you.
Right.
When he got to that, the Bamenda man said, "No, you are crossing the line." I said, "No,
Oh
you are
my
crossing."
God.
What do you mean? Because
I didn't even
Ambazonians,
see.
they know their
No.
identity. They know who they are. They know their identity. That is why Bia said that the assimilation could not succeed because of identity
Indeed.
differences. Because of identity differences. Ambazonians, they know their identity. So you cannot, no matter what you give them the bribe, they will take the bribe, but they will not compromise their identity.
I know. Thank you, Madoroti. Komayela, thanks for joining us in the studio. We were just playing the video of Chiruma in Bamenda, and he wanted the anthem to be sung. And the people of Bamenda said, "Not here. You are on strange ground. You are in a strange nation. You can't sing the anthem here." Let me take on a pause viewpoint on that before I come to you, Komayela.
I wish they could play the other one for Boya. The people of Boya. When he asked the same thing and they were singing something and studio, I don't know if you can play that one too, so that we join it too. The one from Boya there.
I don't know
their identity.
I don't know if studio can play that from Boya, the video from Boya. So that let it not be like is that Bamenda team. So that let them see the people of Boya too telling Chiruma the same thing. They sang something, they started singing another song.
Yes, very different.
Oh wow, is that?
Yes.
Man.
Chairman, I bet look down. Look
Yeah,
at
go
Ben
ahead while
Sherman.
he's looking for it. Maybe
Yes.
while he's
You would
looking
think
for it,
that you
let
learned it.
Comrade to the Comrade, you
Uh,
greet the people while you look for that video before we come on. Comrade, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Pastor Victor and my Dorothy. Happy to see you
Thank you.
always.
Thank you.
Comrade Paul, great job. And I just listened to one honest audio that you sent on my way home, and I'm very proud of you. Keep it up, Pastor Victor, and all the production team. Thank you, guys. Greetings to the people of Ambazonia, both home front and diaspora. Those who are listening, and again, let me use this opportunity to thank the voices at home front for the wonderful 1st October, the display, the defense of our flag, the recognition of our independence that they projected. I want to thank them if they are listening. 61 gun salute. And for those who have started claiming the what happened in first at the home front 1st October to siphon money for people of Ambazonia, we'll talk that. I just want to greet those guys. I want to praise them. I want
Well, we
to
are
thank
coming to
them.
that.
They made me very proud. The Chiroma, I heard it. I saw. I was on when the production team played Chiroma, and he said, "Now let's sing our anthem." And you hear behind the scene that they were problem. That they were problem. They tell him make sure. So, so they just in fact.
Well,
So you guys should tell me, how can we be again proud? What will make us not to be proud? This is to show
Indeed.
you, as Matt Dorothy said, they can take what you bring, but they will not succumb to your nonsensity. They bring you bring your rice. Those rice is our monies. It's all the product that is coming from Amazonia that you guys have carried and bought rice. We are taking back our property. So we'll take it, but we will not do what you people want. So I'm waiting that chairman and the production team, they should play the Papua Nilong is saying. In fact, we
Yes,
are
I
gone.
think they have it ready
All
now.
I can
Chairman,
tell
Chairman,
Amazonia
Chairman
people,
must thank you. Have it ready. You can play now.
yeah, we are
Okay,
gone.
no, it
We are
says
gone.
in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. Comrade Paul, you can comment something while he gets it in 2 minutes. Thank you.
yes. There's one statement that one person made that we have forgotten. When one said, this is why I tell people every day that Ambazonia is a spirit. It is the will. It is the will of the people. Let me tell you something, to be frank and sincere. Remove all the military out of Ambazonia, and then you tell the people, don't talk about referendum. Tell the people that if you people are still determined and want to have independence, go out and march. Let me tell you, what we did in 2017, 22 September and 1st October will be small.
Yep.
Look at in the heart of Bamenda, in the heart of Boya, Moliko, at the heart of, La Republic claim they are still holding tight is Bamenda and Boya.
Right.
Somebody comes there and tells them, sing, let us sing the national anthem. And they are bold and frank. They were not, no restoration fighter was there pointing gun on the head of anybody. No.
Right.
Saturday and Sunday, 3 days. Do what you like. If you like, carry La Republic and bring inside, it is your free day. You are free to do anything. And in that freedom, they told Mr. Chiruma that we cannot sing that anthem. See,
Amen.
this is a turning point. This is a revelation of the true identity of an Ambazonian. That every, and whether you like it or not, let me use that word now, that every English-speaking Cameroonian is an Ambazonian. The spirit lives in them. The spirit is in every Southern Cameroonian, bona fide, born, bred in Ambazonia. They will not sing that anthem in that land again, except under. But if it is the will of the people, you give them free will. You go to school, because in schools they don't sing the national anthem again. Most schools don't sing national anthem. Most schools, they come, they do their morning. Most of the secondary schools and primary schools, they do their morning devotion. No national anthem, they go into the classes. Wow. Because they know that if you sing the anthem, you are calling the attention of some people. Those people who don't want to hear, and there will be consequences. So I think this one, the international community, these are videos that we are supposed to propagate. We are supposed to tweet. Thank you, Mark Dorothy, for the recent tweets that you'll be making. I've not really touched, but I really thank you for those tweets. These are videos that we have to tweet them to the international community. That see, these people are determined and want their land. Thank you very much.
Let me just.
Well, you were saying something. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. I also heard when you guys were talking about Atanganji. So you guys have already put it as succinct as it could be. Number one, Monday to Friday, he came on Sunday. Saturday, he went to Boya. After, to Bamenda. He went up to meet Okala Bilai with all the militaries standing there. Those are the people, the shameless, illiterate, analphabetical person. Somebody who can read ABC. And it was read on, I don't think they call it their national radio or whatever they call it, that he brought 50 bags of rice to distribute to the people. 50 bags of rice. You are coming to make campaign in a city like Bamenda, and you brought 50 bags of rice. The 50 bags of the 50 people, the 50 military people that you people have brought out of upstation and put them in civilian clothes, and then you give them, not even ashamed of coming to Bamenda with 50 bags of rice. Bamenda have a population of, I don't know, million, and you come with 50 bags, and you remain upstation there and talk and conduct that your choir that he used to talk. And thank you, as you said, because of their blood drinking Lucifer act that they do in Yaoundé, he's always talking about Lucifer and talking to hell, because he knows he's the gatekeeper of hell. That man now was night for hell. Yes. So he knows hell very well. So that's why he always speak about hell. And he wanted one time, the reason why he continued talking about hell, Lucifer and all those things is because he wanted to speak about Christianity once in Kumba. And a lady stood up and said, objection, shut your mouth. Don't open your mouth. Then since then, he went back to his hell and Lucifer. So Atanganji is absolutely nobody's a persona non grata. He has no value. No, he knows very well nobody likes him. If you know coming to your area where you know they are your people. How many people goes to campaign for something and then you come with military and then you are talking how to give a position to SDF and that they want to work together and whatever. Why don't you campaign on your own? Why don't you come on your own? Let the people who want to listen what you tell them come out and listen to you. No, you will carry military, hang them all over the places. We are not stupid. Ambazonians are not stupid. We are not suicide fighters. We are not those people who go and explode themselves where crowd is and kill themselves and kill people. No. If you come with your military, we will retreat and we'll wait. And those people who are there trying to deceive our people, we know those who went there because they were forced. We know those who went there because they are greedy and they are short-sighted. And you guys have seen videos how the voices, they got people who went for CPDM campaign and what they did to them. So anyone wants to put himself in problem, go ahead and do it. When Atanganji disappeared yesterday back to Yaoundé, the others who were there, you will be going to your houses, and it's you who will face the people. So my advice to you, if they come and force you from your house to go out by force, go there. Stand there, listen, and object to them like this guy did, and say, no, na for the problem day. When he said we should let's sing our anthem. Who is our? You are coming to a zone. You are coming to a zone, and the zone is a place where a sellout has asked people to guide you. You openly said it. You know Chris Anu. I tell you, say, may if you help me, maybe I come. He help you, you come for people their land. Why did we are coming to that?
We are coming to that. That video is ready now. Let's take that video. Studio, thank you so much.
Nobody can arrest you.
Let our nation. Let us sing our national anthem. Goodbye, Gambia. Tirova is coming. Goodbye, Gambia. Tirova is coming. Goodbye, Gambia. Tirova is coming. Goodbye,
Nobody can arrest you.
May the Lord bless our nation. Let us sing our national anthem. Goodbye, Gambia. Tirova is coming. Goodbye, Gambia. Tirova is coming. Goodbye, Gambia. Tirova is coming.
Thank you very much. May the Lord bless us. Now we are going to sing our national anthem. This is the ballot. Very much. Thank you very much. May the Lord bless us. Now we are going to sing our national anthem. This is the ballot.
You could have just played the one. If you have the one for Anu, just prepare. Let's take that too also. But if that
See,
one is not, that's fine.
Pastor, even the person who was even the person who was recording the video said, shut up your mouth.
I know. And the person that they problem no signal over here.
Una no understand that guy where talk say na the highest this. That means the highest way if he reach na for sure that a ballot this you must go back for flip. Say na the highest that you know the pass that level.
Well,
that guy say shut your mouth.
So in Boya, the anthem they sang in Boya was "Goodbye, Poppy, I Chiruma is coming." That's the anthem the song sang for him.
Yes.
We can't even sing that for you here.
That's why Pastor Victor, when I see people in the diaspora, maybe you see, if you go to this, if you are on TikTok, you go to some panels, you hear the way some people are like, it's like the hell has been let loose. It's like it's the highest form of frustration is this war. And then when I see a video like this in Boya, in Moliko, in the heart of he was standing in my 17. That is the heart of Moliko. If I see a video like this and I see that of Bamenda, and then you sit in the diaspora, you are lambasting yourself, or you are lambasting and say, when I make people this suffer, now they kick you, when I do this, when I do that. But look at these same people on the ground rejecting La République in their faces.
Yep.
La République, we cannot sing your anthem because we don't identify with you. Don't mind because we gather here that we are for campaign. We are just coming to pass our message that we are not with you people. Your anthem is not our anthem. We have our own anthem. So go back to your country. So it's like they are just coming out to their message. These people, as you see them there, they are mixed from all walks of life. You have Okada people, you have teachers, you have technicians, they all gather, and none of them opted to lead the national anthem. Yeah. Let me be very clear here. They were not afraid of our boys, the unity point. They were not afraid of them because Saturday and Sunday free. They have gone back to revitalize, to relax, and to re-strategize for the week. So the towns were free and open. So somebody will not say, maybe they had a gunshot somewhere and they were afraid to sing the national anthem. No.
Right. No.
So it was an outright message that yes, we are suffering, but we will never identify with you again. Let this particular video, let it re-educate our people, especially those in the diaspora.
Yep.
Well, the thing I will add there, Comrade Paul, is just about the comfort zone that some of us have been in, and we forget the milk and honey that we are having back there if we come home. You know, most of them, a lot of them have traveled through bushes, passed through water. I'm not abusing people who came here like that. I'm not saying, but you arrive somewhere and you totally forget where you are coming from and what made you left that area. You know, as I used to tell people here, there is one thing. If you don't want me to really take a stone and hit on your head, as an Ambazonian or even La République or Nigeria, wherever, an African, you open your mouth and tell me, I did do my thing like a white man. If you use that statement near me, you will ask and say, what did I do to Comrade? That is so, no, you don't. That is because we have people who have crossed over here. And as you have rightly said, These are people who are back home. And during this lockdown for the 3rd week, going to the 4th week now, they went out there with all the military of La Republique, not our unitary warriors, and they refused to sing La Republique national anthem. You cannot hide that means these people, they are only waiting on that blessed day that will be recognized with the diplomacy that the friends of Ambazonians are hitting their head left and right. Will stand up there in the United Nations office and said, Ambazonia has been officially recognized as a state. Finish. You will be coming there as a visitor, Chiroma and all the rest. They won't be, as they are coming now, people are even looking at them and talking to them. So, Ambazonians, again, we have not thanked those guys who were in Boya and those who were in Bamenda who refused. I want to use this opportunity to them with all my heart.
Thank you,
to keep up and continue like that with that resistance. Don't give up. Everybody have seen how strong we are.
Why don't you wanted to say something on that video before we move on?
You mean the video?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought maybe you had something to add on that. Okay.
No. Ambazonians, they know their identity. So that's it there.
They may come there because they are hungry, but you cannot take Ambazonia out of them. They may come there, they gave them a free day, but you cannot force them to betray their conscience by singing Cameroon national anthem. In fact, the people did not even worry which anthem was he talking about, because they know that the anthem he was talking about was the La Republique anthem. And so they will not sing that anthem in Ambazonia, no way. And so I think Chiroma was just trying Bamenda because he got a shock in Boya and he thought the people of Bamenda would be softer. Instead, the people of Bamenda said, we are not even going to compose a song for you. Ali Boya did a favor for you to say Chiroma is here, Bia is gone. Bamenda said, not here. We are not composing you no song and we are not singing no anthem. So please, we don't have your time for it. Okay. We're going to move to the next. I don't think we have the one for Anu. If the studio have the one for Anu, they can play it. If not, let's move.
I am in contact with secessionists.
Yes.
Do you know Chris Anu? He is a best friend of mine. We talk each other. We disagree, but we listen to each other. Before I come here, I tell him, Chris, I'm going to Bamenda, my home. You are home too. Please take care of me. So when in the capacity as a minister, I did something which disturbed, which hurt your man. Once again, please, I want you to forgive because I apologize. I want you to apologize because, do you know why? The Lord himself,
Studio, thank you, Studio. Time to play all of those to the end. Let me say here, because Ambazonians are very, very technical in their criticism. We are not saying that to talk to Chiroma is a bad thing from Crisano. But when he goes to say, is my friend, and I am coming to Bamenda, now I can tell you what that means. And so what we are trying to portray by this video is that we have in prayer that anybody that have sold the revolution in one way or the other must be exposed before we get to Boya. And we are going to see confessions. When John Gute came to Bamenda and said, I have come to tell you that we have to take our nation back. We have to restore our something. It was God telling him to say what he needs to say in Bamenda. A time will come that they will confess and call the names of anybody in the revolution. I don't care their names. I don't care what position they handle. But he has started and the trend will continue. Comrade Paul, your take on this?
Yeah, let me take a different angle on this issue. Different angle. You see, one, I just came listening to it now again. I realized when he said, "I am a friend." You know, Chris Ano. They say, "I am a friend to Chris Ano." The people were happy. They clapped. They were happy not because rumor, but because it's like, oh, so you are a friend to one of us. You are a friend to one of the freedom fighters. Oh, so we hail you. It means you are one of us. You want to identify as one of us. That laugh, that clap, that hailing is symbolic. That is what I'm just trying. This is my own thought. This is my own personal reasoning. Right. That hailing, that clapping is symbolic to something positive to the Amazon.
How do you take on that?
Please
Yes.
let me take the second part of it. Now I want us to be sincere. This thing did not start today. When Emi Bankwi came out with this same allegation that he is talking to Chris Ano, let us be sincere. Nearly all of us in this forum here defended Chris Ano that time. And now it's a sabotage. Emi Bankwi want to sabotage Chris Ano, this and that. That and that. We all said it. What is my conclusion in all this? It's just a cheap political point that Chiruma is looking for. Chris Ano has his own wahala, his own trouble, which I don't want to talk about. Because at one point, he saw himself more bigger than the revolution and thought he could do, because he thought he had a loud voice, he could do anything, he could say anything, and he could wash down anything. I was very furious. But when it comes to this context between him and Chiruma, that is a green snake in a green grass, wanting to use that name to score cheap political points. Let me tell you, if Chiruma will take power today, Paul Biya will be better. That is why I don't want anything to do with La Republic politics. So for me, I want to take very, very caution.
Thank you, Comrade Paul. Even though I differ on your both views, anyways, Madoti, let me tell you a view before I end with Comrade Elad.
Yes. What Chiroma he's on a campaign trail. He's campaigning. He's a politician. He's a candidate. So he is trying to say that I'm working with sisters, as he put it. I can relate to them. They too can relate to me. So I'm a better candidate. If you vote for me, then there's a probability that we can unite. We can resolve this problem. That is the way I look at it. He's trying to show that he is friendly to us. And he's also friendly. He's also a Republican, a La Republic. So he is a better candidate that can bring the two parts to two sides together. There is no thing wrong with him dealing with Chris Ano, because in another, I think I watched Chris Ano in an interview that said that he invited Chiroma's daughter to his program. So they are friends, not a political. Yes. So he is campaigning.
Thank you, Madoroti. A good viewpoint there. Even though I still differ with you two. Comrade Elad, please.
Allow Madoroti to finish. Madoroti has not finished. Madoroti, are you true?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Go ahead.
I know when she's true.
Okay, good. I just want to conflict the both argument from Madoroti and this. Yes, what Chiroma said is, I am walking or I'm talking to the separatists. That is very good. Even though we are not separatists, but I love the way he formed his statement. I'm happy now to use that word. I'm a separatist. So he's talking or working with the separatists and asks if they know Chris Ano. Chris Ano is one of the separatists. But knowing fully well all what you guys have said, Comrade Paul, whether you disagree, Pastor Victor, or what Matt Dorothy is true. But knowing fully well what La Republique is, they don't talk in order to negotiate a certain level to come to agreement on a certain issue. As he said that we agree and disagree. No. They only promise you money. That is all. That is La Republique. There is no way. You can even see them, they are Tang and Jipol coming to campaign with bags of rice. You can see them giving monies in their own area with bread and sardine and 5,000 or 2,000. So all they know is to corrupt people. But what am I saying to Ambazonians? The fun is some of us Ambazonians, we are naive. This story, as Comrade Paul put it rightly, that Banqui has already made this statement. Now Chiroma is making this statement. Excuse me. We always wait till the day that, because you will go out there, you will hear argument on the other side, people defending Chris Ano. No, I am not defending Chris Ano on anything. Because you talking with Chiroma, you're talking with Chiroma on what grounds? For what? You're walking. So you're talking on what grounds? Are you talking on our independence? Are you talking for your nation or your unity country? So the thing is that we know exactly those who have sold us in this revolution. The same thing that is going behind between John Gute. John Gute has his own camp, and that is the camp that is working with Sako and Mungwa. You heard him come out arguing how John Gute wants to take the of this thing. If you talk, people will say you are just spoiling people's name. You're trying to sabotage people. They wait until the day that is not so clear. They tell you that we have taken over. Seseko was the same thing. Before we started do you people know that they took Seseko out of prison with some other people and went to a bishop's house or to negotiate one Cameroon? And when that message reached us, we brought storm and rain here and the back. Do you people know that? I hope I'm not talking something abstract. I hope you guys know about that.
Yeah.
The negotiation that
wanted
to go. These are all the things. These are all the things that they do behind the back. But we Ambazonians, we wait until they have already sold it. That is when we will start doing damage control. When it's too late, and we have to, by doing that, we bring back ourselves, fight, and then control the damage they have done before we start kicking off again. We should start handle things as from now. As from now, when we get this information, find out and ostracize those people who are being bought. Because there are why did we not have any cabinet meeting for how many years? Why was ABC canceled? All those things, those are the people money behind. I was telling somebody just this Saturday that ABC was already cancelled. There was no ABC again. No, Dr. Nalai, ABC never ever be cancelled. They don't know. So when you want to tell them, the thing is sabotage. As ASR TV was formed, Sako went back and reintroduced ABC quickly. They don't know anything. So this is what I'm saying. We don't sit here to castigate people. We sit here to speak the truth. And the truth is, The so-called what you people call leaders, all of them are bought. Listen to me and listen carefully. They are all bought out. They are only here now to damage everything, spoil everything, and then that is their mission, but they will not succeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Elad. You see, we are not here to tell a new story that Ambazonians don't know. I think Ambazonians know better that when Comrade Chris rose up against Sarkozy's government at that time, there was a hidden agenda behind. So that's not any new story to us. What we are just saying here is that for those who were doubting, you can now get the affirmation. Because Chiroma is not saying I started talking to Chris when I was trying to come to Bamenda this weekend. No, he has been a long-term friend. And so those were the orchestrators of the riot or the coup that Anu rose up against Sarko in those early days. And believe it or not, the secret is known to Anu and the Chiroma. But you see, nothing hides forever. Just like you have said, if there is anything with John Gute and Soko Mongo and the rest, it will still come out one day. Whether it come out when people have already known it,
Sarko,
it will help the doubters. Like now, no, those who are doubting, they are no more doubts anymore. But it's better that some of these things come out so that we know who is winning the revolution. Thank you, studio. We're going to move to our next item. We are running out of time. My God. Please, when we come up, let's just cut short. There was a video for, was it the bike riding from Bunda, the Okadas that came and filled up Bamenda, and then I don't know if we should take that, but if it's available, we can take that studio before we go.
Nous tous là, on quitte comme ça à Bouddha depuis Bafoussa, on quitte comme ça depuis Bouddha pour ici là. On accompagne Issa Chiroma, le président Issa Chiroma à Bamenda pour la campagne. Oui, ce sont les Benskiners, les motos-taxis de Bouddha. On l'accompagne. Issa Chiroma, le président Issa Chiroma. Le président Issa Chiroma à Bamenda. À Bamenda, dans le baillon, le changement. Combien ton nez est sonné, lève-toi. Issa Chiroma arrive. Combien, vas-y. Issa Chiroma arrive. C'est comme ça. Nous tous là, on quitte comme ça à Bouddha depuis Bafoussa, on quitte comme ça depuis Bouddha pour ici là. On accompagne Issa Chiroma, le président Issa Chiroma à Bamenda pour la campagne. Oui, ce sont les Benskiners, les motos-taxis de Bouddha. On l'accompagne. Issa Chiroma, le président Issa Chiroma. Le président Issa Chiroma à Bamenda. À Bamenda, dans le baillon, le changement. Combien ton nez est sonné, lève-toi. Issa Chiroma arrive. Combien, vas-y. Issa Chiroma arrive. C'est comme ça.
All right. Thank you. Comrade Paul, your take, please. 1 minute. We don't have time for this one. We know it's already a propaganda that is there. Anybody want to say something on that? Then we move on.
Pastor Victor, is not a propaganda. It's a real thing. You can see that the population, Comrade Paul just said it here, that they carry them through a helicopter and bring them to come and campaign and talk. Those are people, not the real people from Bamenda are there. There are few, 1 or 2 or 3. And that's what I said, the reason why Atanganji brought 50 bags of rice to give those people who left maybe also from Buddha and came to Bamenda so that they should form a crowd and make people think that it's our boy, our people coming to listen to him. That is it openly now to the people. No to Buddha or the Bensikina or the go Bamenda. So look at the crowd that was surrounding Chiroma. And then minus those people who are coming from Buddha. How many people will remain there? They will not be up to 10.
No, that's true. That's true, Comrade.
They will not
that's
be up
true.
to 10.
I wasn't saying that it's a lie. I was just saying that we already know that they pass and take people from Bunda, Babu Sam and the rest to come to Bamenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a true.
But
I wasn't saying that as lie.
There's a video. There's a video that I played yesterday that these Okada riders from Buddha was saying they are waiting for Chiruma so that they will carry him to Bamenda. So most of those Okada riders.
Is that not the same one they just played now?
I think that is the one.
Yeah, that's the one we're commenting on. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I did freeze. That is when most of those our lockdown. You see, when this lockdown started, a bunch of them came out on the streets in Bamenda and were sounding their horn that no lockdown, no lockdown, no lockdown. Most of them are from Buddha, brought in by Lele Lafrique, the colonial governor of Bamenda, to disrupt, to try to manipulate the minds of people. They will bring them in, fuel their tongue, pay them so that they disturb, and people will think that the lockdown is not effective. So most of them, these are proofs. I thank God that this lockdown has given off. This lockdown and this campaign, they have given us enough evidence of what is going on, and what sometimes when you talk, people hate those who are on the ground. Because you are sitting in the diaspora, you are enjoying, you are in the diaspora, you are safe zone. People back home are suffering. Who tell you they are suffering? They are not suffering. They are happy because they are fighting for what is theirs. People are determined. They are more resilient than us in the diaspora. They are ready at any length to go in, and they have shown the world that they are not suffering. They have shown the world that they are happy fighting for what belongs to them. Sing the national anthem. They tell you, I think you are making a mistake there. Maybe you don't know where you are. Maybe you think because we surround you, we really want you. We don't want you. We are just coming here to pass this message that you are in another man's land. So this whole concept, these are things that I've been saying, I've been repeating it during defense briefing. How they leave Buddha, they pass through Galim. From Galim, they enter Bamiyan. From Bamiyan, they enter Bafanji. From Bafanji, they go to Balikumba. Balikumba, they enter Bamali. Bamali, they are in Dop. From Dop to Bamenda is no time. That is their trajectory when they want to disrupt lockdown, or they want to disturb Monday, our normal Monday country Sundays. That is how they pass. The same thing in Boya. When they want to disrupt, they just go to Bonaberi there. They fuel, even 50 of them, they fuel their tank, they fuel their tanks. They ride and they enter Boya and they disturb. They will make you understand that lockdown or country Sundays are not effective. But these are people brought in by the colonial forces to manipulate and to tell the world that all is well. But I want to thank God that the people who owns the land are giving out the message. And I think the message is a resounding one and it's going far. Thank you, Pastor Victor.
All right, Matt, don't you want to add something to that? If not, we'll go to our last point, or second but last point.
No, I don't have anything. No, nothing.
All right. Okay. On our last agenda for today, I don't think the studio has anything to do on this except they have it. We also saw the celebration of 1st of October in the diaspora. We saw our brother, Dr. Tita. He was out there, had an interview, explained the history of Amazonia. Then had our flag being portrayed, and it was quite an exciting thing. While the Amazonian freedom fighters were parading their military might all over the 64 LGAs in Amazonia. But also in Washington, D.C. was the meeting of the government of President Sako. We also heard that they met there. And he made a great speech as usual. He had a good speech as usual. But something caught me in that speech. Something caught me in that speech. But before I disclose what caught me in that speech for us to analyze, I don't know if any of you listened to that speech and what was your take. Let me not just say from my own point of view, if it was a great speech, for me it was. But I got something that triggered me. I'm like, wow, this was my first time. So, did any of you listen to that speech, and was there anything that was a point of attraction or concern to any of you guys, please? Anybody?
Maybe if you tell us what triggered you, maybe we can start from there, because I'm no longer interested.
I did not listen to it.
Okay.
I did not listen to it.
We are running out of time to share what I got that triggered me.
Pastor Victor, please, I will ask you to talk about the speech later, be as if you are influencing us to do. We know that there was a meeting in Washington. We can talk about the meeting, and then you too, because someone like me, I will never waste my time to listen to such nonsense. So you can talk about the speech towards the end, talk something about the meeting, and then we.
Okay, no, that's why I was asking that. You heard there was a meeting. I don't have I think, was it 15 people in that meeting? I don't have
It was not up to 10. It was not up to 10 of them. And let me just start, since I'm talking. First of all, this is something that is emotional, because I am an Ambazonian and I have lost everything in this world only to get my independence. And you the word the government of you even put, I've told you people to stop using that name doctor to that man. I am a doctor. I am an Ambazonian. Sako is not a doctor. So call him Mr. Sako. Call him that. Stop that nonsense. It's a crime. Secondly, I want to make it clear here to the people of Ambazonia. If you are as naive and stupid as you are, stop rubbish. Because how many times have Sakos stood in front of us and said, I'm going to resign. I will not do this. How can you call what is your constituency, whatever? You bring 9 or 11 people in a hall to come and instate you as a president. President for what? President for who? Because I have told you people, and listen, Sako lives in Washington, D.C. Go to Washington, D.C. and ask about Mr. Sako. You will hear two things. Either he's a 419 or nobody knows him. Sako stays with Ambazonia. I have put out an audio and I said it in my audio. He is a parasite in this revolution. Without this revolution, nobody knows Sako. He's dead. I mean to say, he speaks only online with Ambazonia people. He calls them on phone, and then he has Zoom meeting. And when he's sitting with that, his draft. You know how many, look, we have snakes in this Ambazonia. I don't know. It's just that as a lawyer, I can't go out. You can't tell me something and I go out there and publish your name. I said, you say, there are women in this revolution that have called me behind and told me the dupe that Sako has. They started with Chris Ano. A woman is still in this revolution. She is there telling me how Chris Ano has eaten not less than $30,000 from him concerning ABC. And I asked her, why were you giving your money to Chris Ano? If it concerns ABC, there is a treasurer, there is a secretary of state, Ma Irene in the treasury. If you want to support ABC, why didn't you give your money to the so that when they give it out, there is accountability? This is how Sako does. When there is a draft, he sits there. All those women and men who are coming to give 500, 1,000. That is why you see him from the beginning to the end of the draft. He doesn't shake. He's taking down names. And if those people are to me that you have been talking to me, you will confirm. He goes behind, and that's how he starts. For those who would know that I'm not lying, he will call you SOS. How? Massa would there for problem only you go save with today. That is how he starts to get money from people behind. Sako is not for this revolution. He's in this revolution today because that is where he fits. That is where he pays.
Thank you,
if you are really, allow me end my word, please, Pastor Victor.
No,
when you cut something short,
I'm not stopping you. I'm guiding you. You were trying to say something about the meeting. I wanted to say, can you tell us something about the meeting?
The meeting is absolutely off topic because number one, you cannot take 11 people. There were 2 people there who are not even Ambazonia. They came with some other people. So finally they had 9 people. You know how proud and egoistic Sako is. If that hall were having 15 people, they would have projected it. You see the way they were doing their pictures? They would snap 2 people who have finished Aero or Jamanjama inside the small Lombati and Abuno, one side. Then they take the other side where he seated, and then they take another. How can those 11 people sit there and put you as a president and you open your mouth and give a speech? I will never listen to such nonsense because he's a liar, he's an embezzler, he siphons money from Ambazonia, and he's a thief. So don't tell me to listen to such an idiot. I am the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs. I have not resigned, and I will never resign. And he cannot dismiss anybody because he has that power is off.
But I heard he say he's going to appoint a new government in his speech.
I don't care which government. I don't damn care which government he appoints because he appoints people just to sit down and shut their mouth and they cannot talk to him. That is all. What can Sako do? You people have been doing diplomacy. I have been doing diplomacy. Dr. Tita and my Ring have been doing. They have been bringing radio to come and talk to the Ambazonia people. What has Sako initiated in this revolution? Let somebody name one thing. One thing that he has done. Apart from going to meet John Gute through Kuku that blinks in order to get money and kill the revolution. That is his job. And I will bring that story out. If I get mad now, I will Sako's voice. I will play Sako's voice that you people listen. There will be time that I will play him because I have everything that he has been. Go ahead. Let me just stop like this. I told you in the beginning that this.
You don't need to be too harsh. We are trying to analyze and see what we can inform. I'm sorry for that.
I have lost in this revolution, and Sako have not. The mother is living in Douala, in the cousin's house there, living in La République du Cameroun. My own mother, my brothers, my sisters, all of them are dead. Yeah, and it.
Okay, what I was trying to say is that, why I listen is because I want to do positive criticism. I don't want just to criticize somebody like I hate him. I don't hate him. And I listened to the speech, and there are many things that caught my attention, but I don't have time to analyze all of them. But the one thing I picked was the fact that he said in his speech, and this is to say after 9 years of the war, or 8 years of him being in power, then Prince Sako is saying to the people of Ambazonia, it is now that he's going to create a diplomatic commission or committee that will be able to go out there and do diplomacy. So when I heard that, I was like, so for all these years, what have you been doing? And here you make these our fighters down there know that they are fighting there and you are fighting diplomacy here. It means you have been doing nothing. It is now that you are about to create a commission or a committee that will be handling diplomacy. That really took me aback, because it now reveals to the people of Ambazonia that she has been doing nothing entirely when it comes to knocking of doors of diplomacy for Ambazonia. I don't know.
So you want
to
Pastor Victor, you come back. Pastor Victor, you come back to my discussion. We have been. I am the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs. I was doing diplomacy. You have been in meetings where Sako will sit there and tell people how I am doing diplomacy, how I've gone this way.
I was going to come back to you later. I was going to come back to you.
Yes, but now you are hearing him telling you that he's forming committee for diplomacy because he has never, ever done anything concerning diplomacy. I did everything and Sako is playing.
Oh God, I'm okay. Man, to see you more calm. You go ahead. I don't know your thing about that, hearing that. Maybe you didn't hear the speech, but I'm telling you what was in the speech. What is your take on that? You know, it's in that.
My take is that fellow Ambazonians, individual be more than this struggle. Let no individual be more than the plight of Ambazonians that will come on a show and spend time. Yeah, they have meetings every year. They do the same thing. Okay, he has created a diplomatic group. As we have been saying, as Friends of Ambazonia said, we formed Friends of Ambazonia because we were clearly told that as a group, nobody will listen to us. So maybe that is his own way of going about that. He cannot go out there as a government, so he created an advocacy group to go out there. I don't know under what name, but let us not make an individual more than the struggle. Let us not make an individual more than the struggle. I was castigated on ABC when impeached, and when I came, I said, Ambazonians, don't let anybody narrow this struggle down to an individual. Nobody knows how this thing will end. Only God knows. So let us focus on what we are doing to move the struggle forward. Let us focus on what we are doing to move the struggle forward. When we get to Buea, then that is where we'll be looking at all the chips. That is my opinion. That is their own way of celebrating. If they go on their bed and they are comfortable with what they are doing, so be it for them. But let's talk more on what will move us forward than on individuals. That is my own take.
No, Madoti, we are not dwelling on an individual anyways. We are dwelling on what the administration has been doing. It's not an individual. It's not about, we are saying, if Sako's name is coming up is because he's the one that administration that he said is now they're about to start doing diplomacy. So the idea is, what have they been doing? Now, come report, please.
Pastor Victor, I don't know, I might talk a little bit like 5 minutes. There's a lot of hypocrisy in this whole issue. I have told you from the beginning, in January, when I challenged the government of Dr. Ekome Sako, that they should go out and meet senators, Republican congressmen and women, that this is high time, Trump has come to power, let them do this. Then I made some reflex. I said, because Sako has systematically destroyed all outdoor activities, like demonstration, meetings with diplomats. He has discouraged Ambazonians because he thinks it is only him who. Remember, last when he went to travel to Brazil, it was a very big affair. They never talked about silent diplomacy. Right. When he went to Brazil, there was no silent diplomacy. He went there and made his money because he sold his books there. He came back. He never gave account of what was given to him. In Brazil, there was no problem. It was Sako who went out and, and when you tell them now that, okay, it is time for you now to go and see your own senator, it becomes a big problem. And now see where I have a concern with this meeting. Mark Dorothy is not about this making this this revolution about somebody. It's not about somebody. It's about the manipulation of somebody who is trying to hold people down. And if we don't talk about it, then we are part of the problem affecting us.
Well, we are not helping our people to see the truth.
Yeah, you know that 1st October is our Independence Day. Our people will be back home demonstrating, parading. Our military will be doing their best. Fortunately, a case has been slated for the 1st. We have been waiting for this court date for almost 2 years. A case has been slated for that same 1st. A wise leader will transfer that meeting to that venue, to Kansa. Say, okay, let us hold our meeting in Kansa, so that immediately or during the court hearing, we can go out and demonstrate. We can go out and stand around the court. We do things. We tell people that this is this and this is that. You choose to abandon your Minister of Defense. You choose to abandon your treasury, a member of your national treasury, because you want to sit in Washington and be validated as the life president of the government in exile. Okay, that it is 1st October. Why didn't you lead a delegation? Say, let us make a symbolic gesture. Let us go out to, maybe we book an appointment to visit a senator on that day. We book an appointment to visit the State Department, or to visit the Justice Department, so that with them this document, we hand them this petition that our people, we have the Kansas City 3 that have been in there for 3 years, over 2 years plus, without this. Why not lead a delegation as the president that you are to go out? Why is Sako afraid of outdoor activities? Why? That is where my concern is. You want to form a diplomatic committee to do what? Because look, okay, let me cite an example. Look at Hamas and Israel. Hamas will leave their own zone. Israel will leave their zone. They will now settle in Egypt to meet and talk. So it means there has been some background diplomatic work, but there will come a time when they will need your physical appearance. That is what Sako is not prepared for. He is not ready to sit on any table. And this now brings me back. This now brings me back to what he has always been saying, that I will only sit on the table when Pobia comes. Pobia will never come for no negotiation. Pobia will never come. Even there will be negotiation, it will be ministers and ministers. The only thing that will happen is the final agreement that they will sign, that okay, this president will come, this president come. But along the negotiation, at this point, we need somebody who goes out and talk to people. We need a president who goes out and relate with people, not a president who sits only from his house to the hotel. And even in the hotel, you cannot do anything. This was a very big opportunity. President of Ambazonia led a 10-man delegation to see to the State House Department, to the Justice Department, to visit Senator this. Why our boys are back home parading and marching? You are inside your hotel, enjoying, drinking, celebrating. Do we really have human feelings? That In Kansas, your brothers were supposed, your people were supposed to have it. You abandoned them. You did not even say, okay, let's take this 10-man delegation and stand in front of that court. We bring posters, we bring banners. If you cannot fight for your own minister, one person, your own minister, is it for the nation that you are going to fight? Sako is a coward. He's a coward. He's not fit to be a leader. I say this on this national television. He is not fit to be a leader. A leader who sits in the house from January to December and calls himself a liberator whom he cannot liberate his own self. Come on, man. What are we talking here? He's a disgrace to the Ambazonian people. He's a disgrace. He's not a fighter. He is a liability to the Ambazonian people. He is a liability. That is why even back home, this year 2025, nobody is faced back home. Even video from FACO, where the boys were calling themselves Unity Forces of FACO Unity Force, they carried their SAS logo and put on it. What a shame to show you that disconnection. Mark Dorothy, let us speak what is. He is only interested in the money. They pay his house rate. So what do you expect? Yeah. The moment he ceases to be president, he starts paying his house rate. What does he do for a living? And he's misleading Ambazonians on daily basis. That you are in Washington on the 1st of October with a team of your so-called ministers, and you cannot lead any delegation out of your safe zone. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Coward.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. I got your point.
The so-called House of Assembly chair lady, instead of going to the courtyard, she flew to Washington to go and eat arrow and fufu.
This is very disgracing. That is why even when VP Ate died, may his soul rest in peace, he did not go there because he had nothing to gain. Going there, he had nothing to gain. But going to Washington was for his powers to be. I mean, he was to be re-elected, reassigned the office of president for life. So he goes where his interest is, not where the interests of others are, not where the interest of Ambazonia is. His presence during VP's Ate's death would have meant a lot to the family and to the Ambazonian people. Let him continue staying in his house. Let him continue deceiving innocent Ambazonians.
Thank you, Paul. You made some valuable points there. And what I picked from your analogy is the fact that when he went to Brazil with Commando, it was made a big news. Then since then, he has never gone anywhere. Then when we go out for diplomacy, they say it's window or what name did they tag us with? So my point is, when you go to Brazil, it's news. But when other people go out for diplomacy at the Capitol Hill or at the White House, or then you tag it a bad name. It's only when you go to Brazil that you want it to be called a good name. And then who stopped you? Since you went to Brazil, you could have gone to other places. We are talking Washington is right. You are living, it's a stone throw from Maryland. If I went to Maryland, if you are in there, they don't tell you the boundary. You don't even know the boundary between Washington and Maryland. It's just like you're crossing Bonaberi into Douala. In fact, that one even there's a bridge. You know that you are crossing the Bonaberi Bridge. Otherwise, it's the same city, it's the same town. And these senators are all over the place, and all of these congresspeople are there. So I think that's what I picked from your point. And I think the fellow Ambazonians, we are not here trying to ridicule anybody. We are trying to simply say that if we are in a revolution, let's act like revolutionaries and fight for the people. because there's no reason. Okay, Komela is here. He's the one that was chairing the foreign affairs. And now he too is hearing from me that they said they want to create a new foreign affairs, or whether a new one, or I don't know what they call it, what I knew. A diplomatic commission or mission for diplomacy. So it tells you, you hearing me in the home front, that all along there have been no diplomacy. Is that good news for you or bad news? And so we are not trying to ridicule anybody. We are trying to say, please, let us start holding our leaders to task, like Weber said. Don't just keep somebody there like Pobia. Nobody can question him. Nobody can tell him that, what are you doing? Nobody give no report to nobody. Which report has been given to you? This is another year coming to an end. Were you given a report of last year, what they achieved? Nothing. A report of
that
year,
is
what they achieved?
That is what.
Nothing. These are the things we are talking about, you know.
That is what he and his vice president were saying. You don't. Have you given a report? I go everywhere. I fly to Switzerland. I fly to Brussels. Fly to India. Go everywhere. Come back. Give everything to Sako. He would take it and kill it, because, and that is, Comrade Paul has really exposed this coward, as you call it. He goes to Brazil.
No, Comrade, you just said something.
Excuse me.
You just said something there that caught my attention.
When he went to meet Thibault Nash, they broadcasted it. They broadcasted it out. It's no more silent diplomacy. But when I bring information from areas that I go, I have to keep it silent. I have to tell nobody. We have to be silent, because diplomacy is underground. We were invited in Russia. We were invited in Russia in the Duma. I think that thing was leaked through Chris Anu to this one. I don't know whether it's in prison or what. Eric Tato, is that how they call him? He once leaked that thing out. We were invited and we planned to go to the Russian parliament. Everything was done, fixed, and we were to go in. It was an August month. Sako called behind and said, you know, where Russia and America, they meet, the place becomes a desert. So blah, 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 blah. And that's how that thing died down.
Wow.
That's how it died down.
Wow. This is not...
You guys know about it. Eric Tato.
Joking with this information. Wow.
No, I say Eric Tato had broadcasted that thing out. I think they said he hacked the phone of Chris Anu, and he spoke it. Ambazonians, they know about.
So we had an opportunity to talk to the Russians.
Myself, Chris Anu, Sakabongwa, I think Ayim or whoever, I've forgotten who were supposed to fly to Russia. Everything has been arranged. They would have paid our transport, not even Ambazonian paying the transport to come. Sergei Shaigu, he was my professor. We did all that movement. Sako told us how when Russia and America, they meet, the place becomes devastated. It will become a desert. It becomes blah, blah, blah. And then he's living in America. And if America will know that he's having something to do with Russia, it can be in danger of him. And this because America and Russia, that's how that thing died down.
But you know, was he supposed to have Moscow? Could you not have just said you and other people?
I was supposed to go to Russia, and he refused me to go. I was under him. If he says don't go, I am not the government. I'm not the president. I don't take decision. Every decision must come from him. We were licking his ass. But now, I did not know that he was doing all that because he has his contact there that they are telling him, don't allow that, do this, destroy that. It's not a secret. You can ask if he knows he is Sako, let him come out and say no. A lot of people know Sako. Right. I don't know why you don't know.
Thank you, Kongoela. Thank you, Madiroti. Thank you. The last point we're going to talk was what Paul already mentioned our Kansas three brothers were supposed to be in court on that first, but the case was moved forward. That date was cancelled. It has been moved forward. From every indication, we are believing God that is for our good, because from reliable information we got, the judge said with the facts that they have, they would like to go back and just go through what they have and then look for a suitable date for a hearing, which might just end the whole problem. So keep praying for them. We also ask if you can help support Dr. Richard, who is collecting some funds to help with the lawyers' fees and other things. Please do that. Our congress will be them to be released, because you all know this is a La Republique plot, and our brothers have been there in vain for something that they have not done. And so we pray that God will help and favor them. And so keep praying for them. And we believe God for victory at the end of the day. That was our item on the program today. We will be back with you all on Monday next week with another edition of the program, The Awareness. This has been an extended program, 2 hours, 10 minutes. It's almost a really extended program, but we needed to do this. And please, Amazonians, we don't hate anybody. It's all of us trying to see what we do to get Amazonia for our people. And if I'm not doing right and you can help me do right, tell me where I'm wrong. And that is what we're simply doing here on this program, not trying to castigate anybody, but trying to hold our leaders to task, like Honorable Weber said, is our Anglo-Saxon way of working. If you are not fit for a position, resign or do the work, or else we will not adopt the Francophone system of no questioning our leaders. That's why Pobia has been there for 43 years. Nobody questioned him. And that's why the people of La Republic continue to suffer. And so we cannot adopt such a system in Amazonia. And if you are there sitting there and thinking that to a leader is some sin, then wake up and come to the Western world and see how leaders are being questioned and held to task for them to do what they have taken the assignment to do. With that, we come to an end, to the end of this program today. And we want to say greetings to every one of you. Kudos to all our freedom fighters. Please, no elections in Amazonia, our freedom. Time and again, don't go out there and risk your life. I heard some reverend pastors or fathers in Bamenda are calling on people to come out on Saturday for service. Please don't risk your life. I am a pastor. Not in the time of war. You can pray in your house. Don't risk your life and die a death that is not yours. So stay in your house and be safe. Pray at home for this coming weekend. And I think God understands the condition in which we are in. We don't want you to become a prey to the devil. I heard one audio this morning by General Hadnock, how one country mentioned in the midst of their war, the father had people that came to hide in the parish, later on called the enemy to come and slaughter those people. We don't want such a thing to happen. We don't know who is who now. So thank you so very much, Amazonians. I might not have time to give a last word to all of us. I think we've really expressed ourselves today. Studio will bring the program to an end now. God bless you all, Amazonians. Thank you, Ma Dorothy. Thank you, Congress Paul. And thank you, Dr. Elan, for being on the program with us today. And shalom to you, friends in Amazonia. And to the Amazonian people, we say we love you. It will not be long. God will come through for us. So just keep doing what you are doing. and obey the freedom fighters and be safe, and Bazuna will soon be free. Shalom, bye-bye to every one of you. Thank you.
Come out of it. You have to listen to the Anglophones. There's a problem.
No, the form of the state.
The form of the state. You know, in our questionnaire to Anglophones, we try to influence the Anglophone opinion, but we did not succeed. Therefore, it shows how deep the problem is.
When you say you tried to influence...
We tried to influence...
How?
Good question. When we said, what form of government do you think can solve this problem? Federation, for example. Decentralization, as we are trying to live it now. I think just about 4 or 5 people reacted out of 1,000. 69% of Anglophones said absolute, the word they used, many used was absolute separation. That is to say, cessation. What? Who was taken aback.
Cessation was not on the questionnaire. You had federalism and decentralization.
Yes.
And they ignored the two.
But then we said, have you any other proposition to make? We left it open. Have you other proposition? But many said in the questionnaire, acting on outside the questionnaire, said we should have proposed also a referendum. They said no, a referendum is not a form of state, form of government.
And when you look at that reaction, what do you read within the lines? What would you conclude is the stand of?
We drew the conclusion. We drew the conclusion because we have a document now. The causes, the propositions of those who reacted to our questionnaire, about 1,000 people, and then our own, what we think. For those who reacted to our questionnaire, 69% are convinced that if we want to love each other, that is to say, if the Anglophones and Francophones want to live as brothers and sisters, absolute separation on the level of government, that is important.
And that is what sounds like a taboo.
Our position is that everything should be put on the table. There should be no taboo. That's our own position. But not that it is our own, not that we are saying that we should absolute separation, but we say whatever the opinion of some, let us listen to him. But
cessation should be on the table of discussion,
yes,
in the national dialogue.
Let them try to convince us. If they convince us, we should take it. If it's convincing. That is why I think personally.
Are you saying that if the people who are standing for secession convincingly present their point of view, President Paul Biya should accept to separate Cameroon?
Of course.
Is it feasible?
It's possible, since it is human. It's not the law of God. We were not that. You know, we were separate. Were we not? We were.
Do you think that separation is going to solve this problem? Personally, do you think that separation can solve this problem?
Of course.